You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence, only those that are able to help out with the message, please help out. And then when you're done, you're not earthbound, you could go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate messages for the Capricorns concerning whatever they need to know for September 2026, or whenever they come across this reading, what they need to know most right now. Please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or the collective negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. So your 4 Sacred Symbols and Oracles cards actually came out pretty quickly right now. We have shadow here at the bottom of the deck. So your shadow is not always evil, or is not always something that you should try to overcome. Sometimes the shadow is just like the darker aspect of you, or things that are not socially acceptable, or what you haven't shown the world yet. So in Major Arcana, Capricorn's Major Arcana is the Devil card, and oftentimes the Devil card does represent the shadow side. So, but this could also indicate that there's something that is affecting your life right now that you've kind of overlooked that might need to be brought up to the surface. We have release in nature spirits. This is the next day, but I think yesterday your 30-minute money reading had the release knife in it. But then again, I did have to redo your videos, Capricorn, so that's why I'm kind of posting them a little bit later than I wanted them to. And then nature spirits with the Capricorn collective, I pick up on people who are claircognizant and clairsentient a lot. So, but also you could be the type of person that sees a lot of angel numbers, signs, and synchronicities that guide you through your life, just very connected to the spiritual realm, very esoteric. And then we have growth and jealousy coming out together. So it's very obvious. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Someone could be jealous of you because of your growth, because of whatever skills or gifts or talents that you have. I'm hearing that you have people who are jealous of you because you're handsome, for a divine masculine out there, but also because of your leadership qualities or whatever. But I don't always assume that my collective is right all of the time, because I do tarot not so people could be entertained, but rather so that they could get life advice and so that they could grow. So sometimes that means that the people who are watching me are in the wrong, but we'll get some more clarity. But with release and jealousy, definitely I feel like you have to cleanse. Nature spirits, some of you guys are doing like burning bowl ritual or saging outside. Also, there could be a passed on loved one whose energy you feel around you a lot right now, because it has like the person in the tree. And this also reminds me of Disney's Pocahontas. So someone who's Native American could be significant in any way, shape, or form. You know, you could be like something like Cherokee or Choctaw, Puerto Rican, Creole, just any Zambo, any sort of racial group that has a lot of Native American in them, even Mexican, you know, whether it's like Aztec, Mayan, or something else. And I foresaw the Native American card coming out too. So I'm claircognizant. I'm not clairvoyant, but I'm claircognizant. So sometimes I see things in my third eye, and that's been happening a lot to me recently. Okay, so usually I like to get about like 7 or 8 physical feature cards, but sometimes more like to come out. This obviously isn't going to represent everyone, but it's going to be the most common features, or who this reading is especially for. Keep in mind that these features can also talk about people who aren't you, whose energy comes out in the reading. But we have West Indian here, or you could just have locks. We have Lil Booty. So I don't know if these people are still watching me, but I actually know a lot of bottom heavy Capricorn women. So obviously take what resonates, leave the rest. This could not be talking about you. It could be talking about someone else who you know. But I think the thick thighs one came out in the 30-minute money reading. So this different readings could sometimes be different collectives of people or whatever. We have blue eyes. We have pointed nose and curvy plus. So someone who maybe likes to take a lot of selfies or who's really into fashion could be significant. To me, this picture kind of reminds me of like Lana Del Rey's energy. So whenever I see this, she kind of like reminds me of like a mixture of Lana Del Rey, Megan Fox I'm seeing now, and I'm also seeing like Kylie Jenner. She doesn't really look like them, but it's just the energy that I'm getting. So something about like someone who loves fashion or maybe has that hipster girl aesthetic, or Lana Del Rey is also a Cancer, so a Cancer could be significant. Did I show you the Native American one yet? But yeah, I said I was picking up on Native American, and I saw that card in my third eye. We have acne, but someone could also have multiple lobe piercings. We have Asian, and we also have head wrap here. So people who like cultural clothing can also be significant. So we have quite a mix here. And sometimes when there's like a whole bunch of different features, sometimes that can be indicative of this reading talking about something that happened in a classroom. Because I pick up on people that are in trade school or college or recently got out of one of those two things a lot. Okay, someone who dresses emo could be significant. Maybe even someone who's a skater. It doesn't necessarily have to be you. It could be someone else whose energy comes out in here. So now I'm just aligning some tiles to scry in. I do see LGBT in here now. Not surprised. That comes out a lot for a lot of my readings. So some people like to scry in crystal balls. You could scry in a lot of things. You could do water, fire, smoke, wine. Some tarot readers like to use Scrabble tiles or letter beads. I think the first person where I got the tiles from, I used to watch this reader called Mystic Rose. I probably should. And it's not like I don't like her, but you know, as I've gone through my spiritual awakening, I just kind of like change the content that I watch. But maybe I should start watching her again. But anyway, I was trying to figure out what her name was because I always bring her up. But I learned from Mystic Rose that you can scry and Scrabble tiles. So that's who I got it from. And what you'll see is you could see your first name, your last name, nickname, your occupation, or your field of work. Sometimes the exact job that you have, like A to Z for Amazon or KFC or Tesla, or sometimes Verizon comes out in the tiles. Any quirky little clue or inside joke that you have with the universe that's going to let you know that this is your reading. Like, for example, I see FNAF in the tiles. It's been a while since I've seen that, but Five Nights at Freddy's. Someone who's a gamer could be significant. Gamer's not in here because I thought I grabbed an R, but I didn't apparently. Okay, FTM, MTF. Beck. So, okay, someone's name could be Rebecca or something, but they're called Beck for short. And I was picking up on like the hipster aesthetic with this card, and Beck is like a hipster artist. I see Oya here, so some of you could be into ih-moh-jee. ih-moh-jee is in here as well. I feel like I need to cover some of these up just so I can focus more. Lucky. So something about your money or some sort of opportunity might come out. Zelda's in here. So yeah, someone who's geeky, someone who's a gamer could be significant. KFC is in here. So even if you don't work at KFC, you could work in the restaurant industry or in fast food, because like I said, the words that come out in the tiles could just be hints to something that might resonate with you. Sometimes what you had for lunch or what you're planning on having to eat today, or what you ate recently, comes out in the tiles as well. Someone's name could be Malik. I feel like there's a lot in here. I just can't really see anything right now. ATL is in here as per usual. We have Utah. You could see your state's initials in here. Someone could be from Montana or Washington if you're from the States. Someone could like to watch a lot of dramatic TV too, because I see TMZ, but I also see TLC. I also have a feeling like something about romance might possibly come out in this reading. So I don't know if the dynamic is still the same now, but before I reset the channel, Capricorn was one of the main signs that I had of people who supported me. So with you guys, your energy is kind of like all over the place because it's a big collective, but also Capricorn is probably one of the signs that does the most shadow work that watches me, which is why like spiritual glow ups and a whole bunch of drama situations always comes out for Capricorn. No matter where it is in your chart, it may not necessarily be in your sun sign. So what does Capricorn need to know right now? What are the messages for this particular collective of viewers? Oh, okay. So at the bottom of the deck right now, we have Page of Wands upright. Page of Wands could be a message of good news. Some of you are starting a passion project, or you might have picked up something, some sort of hobby or skill, but it's like you're new to it. Like someone who just started a YouTube channel or just launched a business or something like that. We have Queen of Swords in the reverse. This was in one of the readings that I did yesterday. Queen of Swords in the reverse. This could be like, it doesn't always have to be a feminine energy, but it's showing out as the Queen in the reverse. Someone who is brutally honest, not tactfully honest, like a messy person that likes to talk shit, that gossips a lot, that likes to say things to people to piss them off. On the other side of the spectrum, it could be someone who's not good at communication and doesn't really say much at all. Also someone who has like a harsh cutoff game. This could be how people are seeing you, but also this could be another person that's giving you a hard time right now, because with the release knife, usually when that comes out, I feel like you're the person who's releasing. So I feel like you're just not putting up with BS anymore. And then with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, maybe a lot of these people who are sending you evil eye could be in your career life. It could be someone at your job. Eight of Pentacles reverse. To me, I see it as someone who works too many hours or works too much or has a vigorous job. Like, for example, A to Z works at Amazon or a warehouse or something like that. A company where it's like the owner is probably, or the CEO is probably a billionaire, trillionaire, but they don't pay enough for the amount of work that you do. And it almost feels like modern day slavery, really, what they have you doing. On the other side of the spectrum, Eight of Pentacles reverse could represent someone who's lazy. I don't think that's you. It could be people around you who aren't as motivated as you are. Then we have Five of Wands reverse with the Hangman upright. So I feel like you have peeped game on like a group of karmic friends. Didn't that come out yesterday? I think there was like a similar energy that I was feeling with the masculines. There's like a group of people who like are just always messy and dramatic, and you've just kind of like grown up with the Hangman. When the Hangman is standing upright, this is the Hangman in the reverse, it usually represents someone already learning the lesson, like been there, done that. I always get messages of Capricorn leveling up on people, so I'm not surprised that that's coming out. And again, with this combination, I'm feeling barber energy. As someone who has a barber license, me going to trade school for 10 months, the energy that I'm feeling about messiness, competition, people just being silly and immature, materialistic, it feels like the beauty industry, specifically with barbers. So I feel like this might resonate with a person who's a barber. We have Nine of Cups upright, Five of Cups in the reverse. So there could have been something that you were in your feelings about in the past, but now you're getting wish fulfillment. This is actually a really nice combination to see, because we're seeing the change in the dynamic. And then there's Eight of Swords upright coming out with the Eight of Cups upright. Some of you guys could be seeing a lot of eights too. I think we have almost everything except for Eight of Wands so far. So this is like being in your head about something, being confused, feeling trapped, but then you decided to say, I no longer want to be in this situation. So you decided to walk away from something. I'm also hearing that some of you were in like there's something that was about your romantic situation that was not worth staying with. You could have been with a person that's not reciprocal. And I don't think it's just feminines that are going to resonate with that. I actually feel like there was kind of like a really empathetic, caring masculine energy that was dealing with a female that was probably one of those females that's like, I want a man that's a provider, a protector, which is of course common sense. Like everybody that likes masculines wants that. But she was probably one of those females that expects a man to be working to pay for her nails and stuff, but she doesn't have any ambitions. So I feel like someone was with like maybe possibly like a female narcissist, or just someone who was just like very childish and had to grow up, or just very materialistic, and you decided to stop being with that person. If that resonates with you, I also feel like you have a tendency to fall for looks rather than virtues, even though you know what virtues are. But some of you, you're like a weakness to a beautiful face, or you have a weakness for a curvy body or something like that. And I think that you kind of got played. But you've healed from it, obviously. What's up with this Queen of Swords in the reverse? Ten of Pentacles. Okay, it could be someone's baby mama. Let's say you had a financial glow up too, and there's a baby mama. Maybe you've already gotten like a huge blessing, but there's still people who are naysaying, even though they see the evidence with their eyes. Like, oh, you probably got all that money, or you got this big break because you were abusing a system, or you're not really that talented or something like that. I feel like someone was with a female in the past that always tried to like downplay their success, or just make them not really feel masculine for whatever reason. Why Ten of Pentacles underneath Queen of Swords reverse? This could also be someone's mother. I think that came out for the 30-minute too for you guys. Knight of Swords upright. Okay, so your life is taking off. There's a lot of swift movement for you, but I still feel like there's someone who's hating because of that, denying the results that they see right before their eyes. Page of Pentacles reverse. I do feel like this is a baby mama for some of you, or just like a really worrisome ex-girlfriend that was breadcrumbing you, manipulating you, but also was always asking for something, depleting you of your energy, depleting you of your emotions, trying to take your hard-earned money when she was not really like contributing anything to the relationship. Also, forgive me because my lips are dry because I live in a hot city, but also I've been like a nervous habit. Like I keep on peeling my lips, so that's why they're kind of red here. So let's move on from that, because I definitely feel like there are other things that are going to give us confirmation. Eight of Pentacles reverse. Maybe I don't need to clarify that, because I do feel like someone who's lazy is significant for some of you. It was a female that you were with, or let's say you're a divine masculine that was living with an abusive mother. This mother could be the type of mother where you got, you applied for food stamps, and yes, you're supposed to give to the household, but she would like use most of it. Or you got financial aid for school, you were supposed to use it on your books, but she used it to get her hair done, or she used it to buy furniture for the house, which is again something that benefits everybody that lives there, but is just like a female energy that talks someone down and is always depleting them of their money and their resources. So some of you have had a mother wound that you've had to heal. Take that as it resonates, because I know some of you, your mother's passed away, or you have a good relationship with your mother, so that part's not for you. Why Five of Wands reverse and the Hangman upright? Or actually the Hangman reversed. Temperance upright. Five of Swords upright. Yeah, I mean, for Capricorn, I always get like mild-mannered divine masculines. So this Temperance card is representing you. Being peaceful, always trying to be a pacifist in a situation where other people have this idea, like they want to be the best, or they want to compete and they want to sabotage other people, winning at all costs. So, and what I said about the barber industry, like, if you're new to my channel, I talk a lot of shit about the beauty industry, and I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, and some people, they don't like it when I talk about that because it hits too close to home, and it is very true. But you could be in a messy industry and still just be there because you appreciate the field, but not partake in other people's stuff. Like, you could be in a hairdresser, but not be around messy people, but not be a messy people. You could work at Amazon, where people are always trying to like prove that they're the best, and you're not a narcissist. So it's like you're in the world, but not of the world, so to speak. Okay, so what is it about these people that makes them want to compete with you? It could just be because, you know, you're an empath, and oftentimes empaths are around narcissistic people. Is empath in the tiles? Yeah, empath is in the tiles. What's up with these people? Like, why do they want to compete with you so bad? And again, the word that I'm channeling is unbothered. I was getting that in the 30-minute money reading. You could be aware of all this stuff and just really not care because you don't even think like that. We had the Magician upright, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Two of Swords in the reverse. This Queen of Pentacles is a gold digger. And some of you could be cross-watching for a Capricorn too, or you could be dealing with another Capricorn, which came out in the 30-minute money reading. A sign of someone who you're not getting along with. It could be another Capricorn. But you're a master manifester. You're getting what you want. And I guess someone's not able to get what they want. So instead of like climbing to your level, they like to make you feel low, like how they feel. Okay. And I see the Lovers here at the bottom of the deck. I wonder why that's showing. But Queen of Pentacles is also a witchy card. The Magician could be a witchy warlock card. So for some of you, I don't know if you got an ex that's into like doing spells on people too. But if it resonates, it resonates. We're probably going to get a synchronicity with that too. But it's kind of like cuckoo. What I just saw in my head was that scene from Next Friday where the girl was keying Mike Epps' Day-Day's car. So it's kind of like that, like a vengeful feminine that will do something trifling, like get pregnant by you to always be connected to you. And then when she doesn't get the results that she wants, then she just turns to psycho mode. So someone could be dealing with a feminine like that. Okay, Nine of Cups upright, Five of Cups reverse. What is that about? Six of Wands in the reverse. So you were publicly humiliated or shamed in the past about something. I think that might resonate with the people who are LGBT, because that is in the tiles. Okay, I need a little bit more. This is something that you've healed from, but I just want to know what was the inciting incident that caused you to have like some sort of spiritual awakening. And because Nine of Cups is about selfish joys and it's about self-pleasure and having confidence and love for yourself, I think this might have happened in a time when there was a queer person who wasn't out yet, or they were just now coming out, and then like they felt like this energy of shame, and then their vibration has grown more since then. Six of Pentacles upright. I just heard that someone was homeless in the past, because this just looks like someone giving to the less fortunate. And this is about shame or feeling very low. And I'm like, Six of Pentacles represents generosity. So what does this have to do with you being shamed? Maybe this is a rags to riches story, because we have Six of Pentacles upright, but then we have the Ten of Pentacles upright too. Okay, what else about Six of Pentacles here? I think I get this a lot for Capricorn too. Certain signs like Virgo, I think this comes out for Pisces all the time too. I wouldn't be surprised if I charm casted in Pisces and Virgo would come out later. But for Capricorns, I always get a message of like, let's say you and a bunch of karmic people started off on the same level. I know this is going to resonate with someone who's from the hood, because I've been feeling that this whole reading. You and these people have started off with the same circumstances at the same level, and people are mad. They're acting like you're bougie, or like they all of a sudden have a problem now that you have been on the come up. They were fine when you were also miserable and low vibrational, but they got an issue now. And we have the Chariot in the reverse. Maybe some of you had car issues in the past, or this could just represent, you know, not a lot of things were moving forward for you. You were stuck. That could be why we're seeing 8 of Swords here. So now I'm going to clarify 8 of Swords upright and 8 of Cups upright. But with the 8 of Cups, I feel like there's some sort of lifestyle that was not serving you that you had to leave. Actually, I feel like someone was very heavy on drugs. I'm hearing that someone had a gambling problem as well. Or just like the root to whatever you were doing in the past, it's very psychological. It could have a lot to do with your root chakra and how you grew up. But I feel like you used to hide your pain through doing substances or having addictions. I talked about the Devil card. I haven't seen it pop out or show since I've been shuffling, but it's really much so Devil card energy. And then I think I'm going to stop here with the tarot because I see the World card here. Closing a cycle, learning a lesson. For a lot of you, this has something to do with trade school or college. And I talked about how the 8 of Cups, I feel like this is talking about you just walking away from things that don't serve you, putting an end to it, shutting it down, nipping it in the bud. And I'm also stopping here with the tarot because now we're seeing all of the 8s here. 8 of Wands is here in the reverse. So I feel like that's talking about spell work being returned back to sender. But also you've probably been seeing a lot of 8s. And, you know, you were just in a situation where things were not serving you. So you had to change your habits, change your environment. And now I feel like a lot of things are going for you. We have the Magician, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. So who do we have here? We have, are there any aces or pages that are showing here? Because the aces and the pages just represent everything in that group. Let's start with Earth. We have Virgo, Taurus, we have all Earth. For fire, we have Sag and Leo. There's no Aries. For water, we have Pisces. We have, what is this over here? We have Pisces. We have 8 of Cups is, wait a minute. 8 of Cups is Pisces. The Hangman is Pisces. 9 of Cups is Pisces. We have Scorpio as well. Cancer with the Chariot. So all waters here. We have Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Yeah, so anytime when there's a lot of physical features or there's almost everybody coming out in the tarot with their signs, it's usually a group setting, like going to school. But with nature spirits, I feel like you're a person that sees a lot of angel numbers. So I want to see what angel numbers are you already seeing, or what angel numbers will you see? If this is a future energy of the tables turning, what are some signs that you are going to see that are going to let you know that it's time for this to come into fruition? Some of you, even with the Magician, I'm seeing the infinity halo. So the number 8 is significant. It could be that you were in an 8-year relationship dating someone, or maybe you were in a karmic marriage in the past. There could be like a friend or a family member who you beef with, who's exactly 8 years, 8 months, 8 days younger than you. They could be a Leo. There's a lot of Leo here. .413 synergy. I did see the Lovers at one point. Side note, there could be a new soulmate or a new romantic interest who you're hitting it off with very well. Their energy's not coming out too much in this reading though. Usually synergy, like angel numbers like 1111, 1221, 413, that usually to me is twin flame coming in symbiosis energy, which I didn't really get too much for this reading, but it could be a side message. We have 777 luck. Okay, so I believe in vices are okay in moderation. Some readings, the message is don't gamble at all. Other readings, the message is you can still gamble or do whatever you do, but do it in moderation. So even with 10 of Pentacles, I'm picking up on someone that likes to gamble. But it could have been that in the past you did it overboard and now you've dialed back and you're more sensible about it. But somebody, I'm not saying you're going to win the lotto or anything like that, but you have some sort of lucky situation when it comes to abundance or like a big lump sum of money. Lucky is even in the tiles. That could be someone's nickname, but someone could also have a 777 tattoo. We have 369 compassion. So maybe because both of these came out together, you could be receiving a lot of abundance because you are a compassionate person. Empath is in the tile, so you're getting good karma. They say 369 is Nikola Tesla's like number that he's known for, but I know that's not the same person as the person who created Tesla, like Elon Musk or whatever. But that could also be a confirmation that someone could in fact work for Tesla or some sort of warehouse or car construction company. We have 717 bravery. Someone could have Sag in their chart, I feel, too. You could be a Sag, Capricorn, Cusper. We also have 5151 optimism. So the energy of luck and optimism is Jupiter, which is Sag's ruler. So maybe I should use Astro Alignment for you. You also have 4444 triumph. I think this came out in the 15-minute energy check. And usually, like when I do multiple videos per day, especially if it's the same sign or the same sign plus the 15-minute, they all kind of run together too. So if you watch the 15-minute and the 30-minute money reading, then you probably also should watch this one, or, you know, vice versa, whichever one you watch first. I also feel like someone who's middle age could be significant. We see 4444 and 5151. But with the Hangman reversed, it's the energy of someone who's been around the block already. People around you are just now figuring out things that you've been knew. So now I'm curious to see what's going to come out in Astro Alignment. I think I also want to use maybe Hidden Money Blocks. Ih-moh-jee Oracle is calling to me. Might use Divine Masters as well. But I know for sure I want a Charm cast. Also, Jupiter is a placement in your natal chart. So you could have Sag in your chart, but also what's in your Jupiter could be significant. Okay, planetary return, cyclicality, homecoming progress. I believe this is Saturn here, which is Capricorn's ruler. And I also don't know when the next Saturn retrograde is going to come, but there could be like people, places, and things from your past that are going to try to come back, both good and bad. So be prepared for that. And also, like, never be afraid of retrogrades, because ultimately, like, planetary things happen, but it doesn't control your life. Astrology doesn't control your life. Tarot doesn't control your life. It's really just like a blueprint or portals that open up for certain things to happen, but ultimately you control your life. So that being said, if people from your past come back, you still have the power to block them or to just not fool with them. Sometimes things just come back to show you how much you've grown, or, you know, to test you to see if you've already learned the lesson. But we have second house ruled by Taurus, finances, value, possessions. I think you're going to come into some money and you're going to make a big purchase that's kind of flashy, and people are going to be jealous because of it. But also, when I think about finances or King of Pentacles kind of energy, that's Taurus energy, because we're talking about second house. So, you know, the whole idea of Taurus being ruled by Venus and the luxury, again, I'm feeling like male barber energy with that. We have sextile, harmony, ease, compatibility. So for those of you who are dating, it could be that you are dating someone who is a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And of course, you are attracted to people based off of like their personality, or whether there's a lot more than astrology that can determine whether or not you click with someone, but the person who you're clicking with right now can be in your sextile. Solstice, focus, transition, amplification. So I think you transitioned your life and you're focusing on more important things. Like you could have been also materialistic or superficial in the past, but you've matured recently. So people either have to get with the program, or, you know, they just want to bring you back down. Trine, auspiciousness, positivity, luck. Again, with luck. So if you have a relationship, whether romantic or platonically, with someone who is a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, there's something about you two working well together, like your energy bouncing off each other, very compatible. That came out in the money reading as well too. I was picking up on like a male Capricorn that could be friends with another Capricorn or friends with a Taurus, and you guys are kind of like business partners, and it's like you understand each other's energy well, because, you know, you're both earth signs and you both value the same type of things, leadership, authority, positions. We have Chiron, core wounds, vulnerability, potential through pain. So if you have Capricorn in your Chiron, that basically means that you have always struggled with your career, your public life, and your reputation. Maybe someone can have a pug, because I said pug, lick, life. Someone can have a pug that likes to lick them a lot. Yeah, so a lot of your wounds, a lot of the competition and your hardships can be money related, whether it's addictions to gambling, just always having shitty jobs, never making enough, or working at companies that pretty much treat you like a slave, where you're working too much, even if you are getting paid well, stuff like that. Always having dramatic situations with family when it comes to who gets what with inheritance. Always drama with your career and your reputation. Descendant, attraction, relationships, partnership. Fire, radiant, enthusiastic, dynamic. So it's Aries, Leo, Sag energy. We saw all the fire signs except for Aries, but I think this is more so talking about being passionate about something. In the beginning of the video, we saw Page of Wands upright, and that's pretty much what that card represents, passion. We have Uranus, which is another natal chart placements. This is the ruler for Aquarius, revolution, invention, eccentricity. So you have some sort of project that's different. You could be like a social media marketer, or if you work for somebody else's company, you're the person that makes the flyers, you're the person that does the post with Uranus, Aquarius energy. But because it says revolution, something about this could be very marginalized. LGBT is in the tiles. I'm picking like you could advocate a lot for Black events and Black causes. That's not for everyone, but with revolution, I just kind of saw like a whole bunch of Black people lined up, and then people had their fist in the air and stuff like that. But so it could be a lot of community service work and volunteering and giving back to the community with the Six of Pentacles here. But also I feel like there's fun stuff that you do too, like festivities that you do with that same community. Let's just do hidden money blocks before I do emoji oracle, because I want to see what was blocking your money. Like, a lot of you have haters in your same career field or your same community, but there's also like a Queen of Swords reverse. That could be someone's mother or their ex. So how were those people blocking your money in the past? And always remember, your money always has to do with the vibration that is coming from your heart chakra too. It always has to do with the heart chakra. And that's also why romance is kind of creeping up in this reading as well too, because of the heart chakra. Even though whoever you're dating, maybe the reason why I'm not picking up on your new boo is because you move in silence and you're keeping the relationship private. That's why their energy is not coming out. And I love the fact that you and your person are doing that, because that's how you protect it. Whether it's, let's say, twin flame reunion, and it's like your ex is your twin flame, but you're getting back together. Yeah, you could do posts on, yeah, we're reunited and stuff like that. But I don't feel like you're going to be posting too much about it or letting too many people know exactly the details of what's going on in the relationship, old or new, because you got a good thing and you don't want people to It's like the more you talk about, like, you could have a good sex life with this person, you could have a lot of money, or you could travel a lot with this person. I'm not scary, so if that were to happen to me, I would post about it every now and then, but I don't gotta let the whole hood know every single thing that you and this person do. Like, if I were going to date or marry someone, I would, you know, occasionally do videos on, Q&A with my boyfriend, or my husband picks my books, or whatever. You got to have fun with your relationship, but also don't like invite too many people in when it comes to the drama, or just things that need to stay private, such as your sex life for most people, and your money and stuff like that. But I feel like someone, there's a masculine that just started dating a new feminine. Another reason why I feel like her energy is not coming out in the reading is because she could be very quiet, shy, but also docile. I'm seeing someone who's very beautiful and kind of like girlish, and just like very sweet. And so I just saw 4444 on the timer, which came out in the angel numbers, I think. And so you being the masculine, you want to protect her at all costs, which is also something I love that. So at the bottom of the deck, we have entitlement. I'm not going to read it. I'm just looking at it abstractly. This is talking about the ex that you were with, someone who was entitled. And look, your money blocks were your love life. Not even going to read it because this is all things that we know. Fear of losing control, but I'm also looking at, this isn't you trying to control things. I think someone was controlling you here. And when it comes to the people who you used to be homeboys with, maybe you gave to them excessively too much. Maybe, you know, you got yourself out of a situation and then you were trying to help everybody else, but then you realize, like, it's not your job to do people's shadow work for them. It's not your job to be people's saviors. They have to want to do it themselves. Your ex was like that too. But again, I feel like a lot of this stuff of over giving or giving to the wrong type of people, it stems from your childhood. Maybe you were a parentified child, or, you know, you had people in your family who you couldn't save, and so it comes out a lot in your love life or in other aspects of your life. I'm hearing that someone had a sibling, maybe a brother specifically is what I'm hearing. Someone had a brother who died because of drug usage, or they had a family member that got sick and they weren't able to heal themselves, so that trauma created this this nature in you for you to want to save other people. But sometimes, and I feel like you also have a guilt thing too with the Six of Wands reverse, but it's like sometimes things are not your fault, but you'll think it's your fault, but also you just literally cannot do anything about it. Those are things that you don't have control over. Let's do emoji oracle. But what specifically should I ask with this oracle? Because I kind of want to know a little bit more about the new person that you're dating. Let's just ask for general synchronicities, but I do want to know a little bit about this new person that you're dating. Because I'm also trying to gauge, like, what type of soul tie is it? And also, how do you feel about this situation? Let's pull on your energy. Let's pull on your ex's energy, the new person's energy, just anybody, anything that this reading is about. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, ring, commitment, proposal, marriage. You might want to look into your Venus and your Juno. And maybe also do a synastry chart with the person who you're with now, because that'll help you to understand, like, why did you two meet, and also how do your lives intersect? What is, maybe someone could be intersex. I just said that accidentally too. Also, I'm messing up with my words, so someone can have a speech impediment, or maybe like braces or something that causes them to speak kind of muffled. Why do you two mesh so well, and why did you guys meet each other? So I don't do like synastry charts or anything like that, but I have a friend, Vanessa. I'm going to link her channel and possibly her Instagram. A lot of her personal readings are like around 100, like 111 to like 120, 130. And I haven't done any of her personal readings yet for my own money situations, but she's really good. And if you're looking for other readers to watch as well, you can watch Vanessa's channel. So I'll put her in the description. But she knows a lot about that kind of stuff, like the synastry charts and all of that. She can help you understand that. So we have mending, healing, sympathy, support, fix it. So it's your job to heal yourself. But I'm hearing that like this new boo that you're with, they're very nurturing, and you finally met somebody who's on your same page. You're an empath with another light worker or another empath. You're not an empath with a narc anymore. So you worked on your self-love. There's so much imagery of hearts here too. You worked on your self-love, and so you attracted a person that loves you and respects you too. That's how you're supposed to do it. And a lot of people, they could be jealous of that because they want that, but they don't know how to get that because they're not doing the work. Relieved. It could have been worse. Sad, but relieved. I wonder whose that's about. But it also just kind of looks like someone's feeling guilty about something. This could be your ex. We have distraught, ready to give up. These bugs keep biting me. Distraught, ready to give up. I think the person who's sending you negative energy through spell work is like, they could be a reprobate, but they're finally understanding that what they're doing is not working. Like, why do people feel like they could do spell work on people who are chosen or people who have high favor by God or by the universe? It doesn't make any sense. Blow a kiss, flirting, thank you, sending love. Someone has a very affectionate lover. There's so many images of hearts here. So someone who likes to pose in pictures like that or like that could be significant. But the person that you're with, they could also constantly check on you. They could also always send caring texts, but that can also be you. You guys could match each other's energy. Salute, I respect you. Yeah, I was just talking about how you finally found someone who respects you because you respect you with 9 of Cups. But also, you know, people who are jealous of you, ultimately they do respect you. They're really your biggest fans, but they don't know how to express it in a healthy way. So, like, all they know is how to be petty. But at the end of the day, they're realizing that they have to respect you. Rosy cheeks, genuine happiness, warm, positive feelings. So that could be your energy. I also feel like with this one, someone's sending me positive energy for the message. We have faded feelings, lost love, wilted. Well, obviously this could be your ex, but like, they just kind of give off energy like they're so negative that they don't really have feelings like that. But, you know, even people who are narcissists, eventually they feel guilty for things, and they do know how to love, but they just don't know how to love right because they don't love themselves. So the dynamic that you're in now is a complete 360. Okay, maybe the reason why you cross paths with that person is because they also need to learn about self-love. Doesn't mean that you have to go back to them or that's your person. But we have playful, silly, just kidding. So you're in a relationship now where it's very affectionate and you guys probably laugh a lot. It's just something about it just seems very wholesome and just feels very right. And also with that ring here at the bottom, because I feel like it's mostly masculines that are watching this, I would highly suggest like you locking this person down if you feel like they're worthy of being locked down, which I feel like you do intend to do that. But also, you should look into your Juno and your synastry chart to see like the reason why you're attracted to someone. Maybe even do your Akashic records, and it's probably going to reveal some very deep things about why you cross paths with your new lover, the one that's healthy. Oh, I feel like something else. I think this tea wanted to come out, but then it went back in the bag because I flicked it back in there. Okay. So with the silver platter, that's manifesting generational wealth. We have the 10 of Pentacles here and a lot of synchronicities with luck. We have the initial M here, not surprised. We have the sucker, and we also have the football player. So I bought both of these charms at 2 different places at the same time, and it's funny because they love to come out together. So the sucker could represent someone trying to play you, but also it could represent someone being head over heels for you, someone wanting to chase you. I also feel like you guys are in love with a new person, so you're chasing and pursuing a new person that you're goo goo gaga for. So it's an interesting dynamic because as you chase someone new, your ex is trying to chase you. And I think that they were manipulative and they like to play games. We have the initial S here, which I'm not surprised that this came out either. And also the camera. So Instagram could be significant. Someone could be like staring at old photos of you. Someone who does films or movies or photography could be significant. But be careful though, because we have the jar magic charm, which I saw this come out in my third eye. And we have the mirror. So this kind of looks like someone doing pictures to do some sort of jar magic. Be careful on posting your woman online, because someone who's hateful, they could be taking screenshots and then printing the picture out and then doing jar magic on this person. I don't want you to be afraid, but it sounds cartoonishly evil, but there are actually a lot of people in the spiritual community that do baneful shit like this. So it's kind of like giving the energy of I'm the fairest of them all, or someone's very jealous about someone's physical appearance. And with the jar magic charm, this came in like a pack that had different stuff, but I only kept the hearts in here because this specifically represents someone knowing about what you're trying to manifest in your love life, and they're trying to stop it. But you know, you being a chosen person, being a good person, nobody can stop what's meant for you. And also your love with your new person is so strong that nobody can come between that. But you still have to be tactful with, you know, who's around you, who's watching you, you know, just have boundaries with that. We have Libra, and it says charming here on the back. These could be signs in your chart as well. We have Aquarius, and it says friendly on the back. Pisces, and it says intuitive on the back. Someone could have a Pisces moon, I'm hearing, or a Pisces rising. The crystal ball. So you might have heard of a lot of readers tell you the messages that came out in this reading. Some of you are highly intuitive. I talked about how the scrying in the tiles is kind of like a clairvoyant thing. So some of you could be clairvoyant. Some of you could do tarot yourself, but the things that I'm talking about in this reading, like you already know, this is just like a confirmation, and you know that these things are going to come into fruition. We have the graduation cap. So some of you literally just finished trade school or college, but with the world card here, it could also represent you closing a cycle, learning a lesson. We have a synchronicity with Saturn here, which is the ruling planet for Capricorn, which talks about like those tough lessons with love and money. Okay, so your ex was all about themselves. But with the 9 of Cups, I think that you're a person that just kind of like mind your own business. You don't want any smoke with anyone. You tend to your own front porch, but you're always around people who are like way pettier and messier than you are. We have blessed here. And we also have you are my sunshine on the back of the sun charm here. So someone's very happy in their love life right now. Also the sun card is Leo energy. The sun is the ruler for Leo. And because we have the balloons here, some of you could be dealing with a Leo because their birthday could be coming up soon. We have the shooting star here, so you're probably going to get wish fulfillment. You could see 1111 a lot. We have the spirit cat, so some of you have a passed on pet. They're also on your spirit team. With the nature spirits, you could feel their energy around you a lot too. But also if you're like a bruja or a brujo, you know, you could actually have a cat or some sort of animal around your house. Be clairsentient. we have this little piece of a chandelier, and like I was saying, some of you, you do with Revolution and the Uranus card, you do some sort of community work, but I also feel like you organize events a lot too. So you know how to have like a work, play, romance balance, which is really nice and healthy. And we also have this diamond here. So maybe you are considered a diamond in the rough, but you know, you could be giving somebody a diamond ring. You could, I feel like someone who likes crystals is significant. Like you have a lot of crystals in your house. I was feeling that with the crystal ball charm. But yeah, you could be a diamond in the rough. Like Aladdin energy, rags to riches. Like I said, you have probably been underestimated a lot in your life. And now a lot of people are eating their words or just feeling dumb because you're getting blessed right now. Okay, so that's all that I have for you guys in this video. You could watch my other Capricorn videos. You could watch my all sign videos. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Help me to get my subscriber count and my watch hours up, because what that does is it'll help me to get monetized on YouTube, which will also help me to do things that are exciting for you guys as well too, like all the things that I'm trying to do with designing merch, launching my business, getting a PO box. I'm looking for regular work outside of this, but I'm also trying to be more present on social media. So really, if you genuinely feel the need to support me, if you really like what I put out, I appreciate any way, shape, or form that you can help me grow, because I also like to give back to the community. But anyway, thank you guys for watching and for stopping by. I'll see you guys